Welcome aboard Virtual Naval Air Station Oceana. Prepare for an unforgettable journey ahead. You'll kick off your experience in the T-45 Naval Jet Trainer, the cornerstone of intermediate and advanced training for Navy Marine Corps student naval aviators. These aircraft are stationed with Training Air Wing 1 at Naval Air Station Meridian, Mississippi, and Training Air Wing 2 at Naval Air Station Kingsville, Texas. Under the guidance of your instructor pilot, you'll master the intricacies of this high-performance aircraft and carrier flight operations to gear up for your solo flights. Following 3 traps and 2 catapult-assisted takeoffs with instruction in the T-45, you will progress to 2 solo attempts in the F-18 aboard the aircraft carrier. For safe deck landings, our landing signal officer will be there to guide you along the way. We are wishing you the best of luck and swift speeds on your journey.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate the 6th door for Virtual Naval Air Station Oceana. Welcome. My name is Vnaso Test, and I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to simulate actually flying out of NAS Oceana. I'm going to go ahead and climb into the pit. And we will have to do a cold start. Just gonna go ahead and get the knee board and let me go ahead and get my visual. Sorry about that. Gotta make sure I have all this pre-set and visuals. Gonna go ahead and resume. All right, that's it. Here we are in the T-45, simulating taking off from NAS Oceana. And what we're going to do is go ahead and get the aircraft started. So start, switch to start, anti-skid on, generator on, battery 1 and 2 on. Go ahead and get the starter ignite here. Spool it up. Ready? And now we're going to go ahead and get the start. Hold down the start till we get the ready light. I think they hit the switch inadvertently. Switch. Go. Hold. There we go. Now we got the ready. Let's get ready. Gonna pull up. Go ahead and recenter our cockpit. Put bright as desired. Landing gear. Lights. Canopy. Coming down. Anti-skid. Reset on the hydraulics. On. 909er for the boat. And we're gonna go ahead and get our radios on. Stand by. Alrighty. Test skid is on. Alright, we will do a tower call up, but being this just demo, there's no one on, but we'll simulate the Oceana. Goshawk and say 621, texting to the actor for departure. And trim set for 3 and 7. And all right, go ahead and start rolling out. Test the brakes. Brakes are good. Seat. Get positive control. Sway to the left and to the right. Nose wheel steering is good. Check for traffic. I'm going to go ahead and take the active. Simulate Oceana traffic. Goshawk 621 taking the active. Make sure we got a tack on, so see how far. It's 909er. Once we get airborne, because there's mountains, we should start get it. We'll do a climber right hand turn. Alright, on the brakes. Should have half flaps. Oh. View is full power and off the brakes. Aircraft alive. Using the rudder to try to maintain my center. Hills on the deck. After it, we start to rotate. Up, flaps up. Post takeoff. Pause right corner, flaps up, power is full. Go ahead and start turning to the right. And I'm not getting anything on the tack end. Reset, continue to turn to the right. Cycle through. Could be the mountains, climb up above 2,000. And we're going to climb to 11,000, get above the clouds, and there we go. Tack and sweet, 44 miles away. So we're going to go 220. So course or heading 220. Course line 220. Enter. There we go. And now it's 19. What's my course? There we go. It's about 205. Enter. There we go. Course line is set. There's 10. Coming back on the power. 12.5. Continue to climb. Go ahead and trim. We got the winds from the left to right. So law. Say 3, 2, 5. Low altitude warning. Bingo at 1,000. Set that. All right, got 36 miles to go. And once again, as I demonstrate the T-45 and doing instruction, you as the student will be able to maneuver the aircraft as need be to get familiar with it. So when you start your approaches on the carrier in the F-18, you'll feel comfortable and be able to make the approach with ease. So got 300 knots. I'm trimming the aircraft out using the coolie hat right here for those who can see from the camera from behind. And some rudder and stick here. A couple little S-turns. All right, get back on course. And you got the instructor back there, as you can see, sitting in the back. All right, we're 30 miles away. Coming over the mountains, or the coastline here. We do have an airport slightly below us. And once again, this is to simulate taking off from Oceana. We're at an airport right off the coast. I'm going to fly out to the boat, simulating flying out to the vacation up area. All right, some of the other things we have in this aircraft. You can check, we have altimeters. We're above 10,000 feet. We should have set that. So to 299.2, which is set. So above 10,000 feet, you want to set that to standard atmospheric pressure, which is 299.2. And you have your HOTAS here, your throttle. This here is set up for the T-45, and not in any specific way, but just to get you familiar so you can transition into the F-18. They have two buttons here on the left-hand side, and two knobs that act as a repeater for any button inside the aircraft. And I can look here, I can rotate the knob. I don't want to mess with that one, but the altimeter or the attitude indicator, I can push on that, rotate it, or the altimeter, I can rotate back and forth. And we're turning here, 299.2. Or if I need to push a button, I can push down on the knob. Launch bar, I'll go ahead. You can see how it interacts or with the landing gear. Tail hook, go ahead and set that now. I interact. And then the right, but if I wanted to go up, I hit the other switch. So I want to go down, go up. And all I had to do is look at that. Now we lost a little bit of altitude. I'm going to go ahead and climb back up. Well, we're at 16,000. Go ahead and start descending. So I'm going to come back on the throttle. I'm going to nose over, say 10 on the ladder. There we go. And we'll enter the stack at Angels 2. Going to range to 10 nautical miles. There's 15 on the ladder. So there we are. Got the carrier off the nose. Got 10 out on the ladder. And 6,500 feet, 5,000 feet per minute descent. I'm going to decrease that to about 3,000 feet per minute, which is about 7 degrees on the ladder. I'm at idle. We're still descending. And now we're going to set up here for a point 0.1 entry at 2,000 feet. Now I'm at 10 miles. I should be below 200 speed 250 knots, which I am now at 250 knots, right at 10. Continue my descent. Keep my speed up at 250 knots. Anti-skid. Approaching 2,000 feet. So there's 2.5. There's 2,000, right? About. There we go. Go ahead and trim it. Get my speed up. 250 knots. 5 miles. A little bit of trim. Looking for traffic. I know there's no other traffic in the area. Gonna enter at a 45 merge with 0.1 at 2,000 feet. At this point, I would call the carrier and let them know that mother, this is Gosfog 621 Intermarshal Stock Angels 2 at 0.1. 3 miles. A little fast. Throttle back just a little bit. Alright, hook is down, which has been down. Check. And coming up. There we are. Gonna go ahead. 0.1. I'll go ahead and go parallel. It's looking like 225 course, so 225. Enter. For the VOC, gonna go ahead and go into my hole. So using a little bit of rudder, keep my turn in. I know at slightly angle of bank, I can get about a 5-mile radius around the ship. I'll do 1 lap around. At 2.5, I should be at 0.2. Tighten up the turn just a little bit. .7, coming up on 4 and almost at the halfway mark. It's 4 miles. And I'm within 5 and coming up a beam at 5. You can see in the hood here, I'm looking at 4.5, 250, and I'm slightly low. So I'm going to pitch up just a little bit of trim, and now I'm at 4.6 at a beam. About 5 miles. So I'll continue around. 250, 1900. Alright, look like we only get 10 miles. Dropped a little low, so let's go ahead and get back up. Right, it should be at 2.5 now. Got my circle outside of my circle just a little bit. But I'm going to try to keep that bank in there because you should not be flying in straight lines when you're in a hole around the carrier. So I got a little bit of bank in there. But if I have to, I'll cut the corner of the stern right about here, and then I'll start my bank again. A little bit. And a turn. $257. Pitch up just a little bit. Coming over the carrier. There we go. Roll back into my turn. And 2,000 feet. 250 knots. Continue to work it around, and at point 3 I will commence, and that way at that point will increase speed to 350 knots, nose down, and descend to 800 feet. Make sure I'm at my desired landing weight, which I am. Right, past the first 90. First quarter, rather. Got to be careful with terminology because 90 is normally when you're on your final. Coming around, I'm looking. 3.9. 2,000, speed drop down. We'll go ahead and mother, the Gus Hawk 621 commencing. Nose down, 4.5. Should be, there's 350, 1,200 feet. Continue to descend. Continue to trim it down a little bit. Keep the speed. 5.2. A little trim down. There's 800. 0.5 kind of continue working it around. 350. .3 now 3 miles. I should be calling initial. Mother Gus Hawk 621 initial. .800 feet, 343. Got a clear deck. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 1.1 on the brakes. Well, brakes should be coming out, but they're not coming out. There we go. Load it. Okay, continue to pull it around. Looking for 600 feet, 200, full flaps, gear. Hook coming down, slightly low. A little low on that one. Not sure why the gear didn't come out. Now with the goshawk, you need to stay on the brakes. Speed brakes need to be full, and you trim. Alright, coming up on a beam, get back up to 600 feet. There's 600. Trimming. Lots of trim. Trim. There we go. We got pedals contact. Go ahead and trim it while I'm in turn. 130. Now I'm coming up on the 90. Trimming. Now once I hit the deck, I'm gonna have my finger on the spoilers or their brakes so I can pull them back in the event I need to bolt her. Rad out is set at 320, coming around nice and slow. Rocking the throttle as required, making minute throttle adjustment and got good AOA. Some of the speed up, a little bit of trim. Looking for my center. There we go, and all right. Hook is up. Flaps up. Hoses. Oh. Hook down. Like we got hooked up on the cat. Full power, try to get that's the first that happened. Let's go ahead and get an external load. Like they're still hooked up. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and park. Set the brakes. All right, well, hey, thanks for watching. Once again, this is just a little demo for Virtual Naval Air Station Oceana.